Hey, good morning. Excuse my face. So I just woke up a little bit ago, getting my Black Friday started, and I sat down, turned the TV on, and I see that Umar Johnson has done a video. Of course, when hasn't Umar Johnson done a video? And it says something about a block party in the title, so I'm gonna go ahead and just watch the video. And I'm going to play the video on my TV so I don't get a copyright strike. I'll react to the video here. So go watch the video on your own. I'll put a link to it in the description so that you can go back to it. And I'm just going to give my comment and my commentary. So we'll see how this goes. All right, let's see.
Abuse and attacks against this noble institution and corporation. Brothers and sisters, I will be out here on December the 2nd and December the 4th.
So it kind of starts in the middle of a sentence.
We will be here at the Frederick Douglass.
Wait, he's announcing something.
On December the 2nd and December the 4th. Mark your calendars.
Let me say something real quick about that ringtone. That notorious ringtone and why it is such a misrepresentation, because I don't know if Umar understands what the word notorious means. It means famous for being evil. Is that what you want to be? Is that what you want people to remember you as and call you? Well, then, okay, you are. Congratulations. But when we say you are, don't say you ain't, because that's what you are. You are famous for being evil, for being dastardly, for being inappropriate, a whole bunch of shit. But it ain't a good Torious. It's a no Torious. It's not a yes Torious. It's a no Torious. It's not a good thing, Umar. Change your ringtone. And that other one, too. Them hoes ain't loyal. That's a whole nother video. Let me play this. So anyway, he's announcing some date. December 2nd, December 4th.
They are protesting the campus.
Who is they? Did I miss something? Because all I did yesterday was cook and put up a Christmas tree. Who's they? I'm going to have to go back and watch a couple other videos because obviously I have no idea who they is. Let's check it out. Maybe he'll tell us.
Posted the email on my Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. And if you consider yourself a supporter of FDMG, if you consider yourself a supporter of Dr. Umar Johnson, if you believe in the FDMG mission of saving black boys from special ed, of saving black boys from psychiatric medication.
So let me say this. You heard him just say, if you believe in FDMG and the mission. Now, I sent Umar a message before I started really actively speaking publicly against him. I sent him a private message, and I was still in China, so it must have been sometime in July.
It's not right.
I believe it was June or July. And I basically told him, you haven't shown the track record of taking care of boys, not respecting them, not upholding them. You have no track record whatsoever that is good. And you probably need to take a step back and take about 3 to 5 years to self-reflect, self-develop, and build your reputation and your image to one where we feel safe giving you our boys. The reason why I sent him that message is because I do know him. We have been in communication and constant conversation over the last few years. We have a personal relationship. I won't call it a friendship because I don't know that Umar is able to really have friendships with people. I don't know that he has the capacity to love or be empathetic. It's part of his disorder. He said his disorder is not his personality disorder, and that might be part of that. But, yeah, I just gave him a word. You don't have that track record, dude. So before you keep trying to do work and make people want you to pay you, make people pay you for it, build up your reputation, build up your track record, be somebody we can trust in our community. So whatever he's talking about, the mission of FDMG, it ain't on paper because there's no mission statement. And anytime I've ever worked for a company or worked with an organization, I've always made sure I understood what the mission and the vision was so that I was in alignment. But I don't know what the mission and vision of FDMG is. So how can I support it? Where's the remote control? What I do? I lost it. There you go. Okay. So apparently somebody is getting ready to protest against FDMG, and he's gathering his uneducated, and I don't mean that in a derogatory way. I mean that like they don't know what's really happening with this situation. He's gathering them to be at the school. Man, I hope he provides them with some toilets and some running water to use the bathroom and wash their hands. Maybe a warm pizza this time.
Of saving black boys from ADHD and learning disabilities and conduct disorders,
When?
juvenile detention,
In the words of DC Young Fly, when?
racism. If you believe in what we're doing, come stand in unity with me. Come stand in unity.
Y'all, it's one thing to believe in something. It's another thing to know.
With the Honorable Marcus Garvey. Come stand in unity with the Honorable Frederick Douglass. Come stand in unity with the
Wait a minute.
Nat Turner, Jim
Wait a minute.
Jones, stand in unity with Makan Dog.
Okay, so what he's doing right now is he's saying, if you stand with me, you stand with our ancestors who fought and worked for our liberation and our freedom, which is blasphemy. I've heard pastors say before, if you roll with me, you roll with God. If you come against me, you're coming against the kingdom of God, the nation of blah, 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 and blah, blah, blah. He's doing the same thing. It's a religious abuse tactic. It's a church mafia tactic. I grew up in it. I saw it. I've called it out. Eddie Long did it. Terrell Murphy did it. John P. Key did it. I think almost every pastor I've ever had did it. My daddy did it. Not in such terms, but in such attitude. He never came out and said, if you come against me, you coming against God. But if you ever challenged him or stood up against him, he made it seem like you were blasphemous. You were coming against the one creator of the universe, which there probably wasn't just one. But, this is abuse. Him mentioning that if you stand with him, if you stand with a non-existent, non-registered, non-incorporated organization called Frederick Douglass Marcus Garvey, and none of the documents that are actually legal carry that same name, if you stand with him, you're standing with the Jean-Jacques Dessalines and the all of them. Ida B. Wells. You standing with Jesus. You standing with Methuselah and, Harry Potter and anyone who's ever done anything good for people. And that's just abusive. I could never tell my daughter, if you follow me like you should, then you're following all of your grandmothers and all of your mothers and all of your aunties. That's just not fair, because I have my own ups and my own downs, my own ins and my own outs. And it's just not fair for him to tell people that. And if you believe it, then you have to check the track record and the actual work those people did and the results they brought about for our people. And the reason why he's mentioning them is because they did. But who else mentions him? Child, let me pray.
Dela, Kwame and Creme, Patrice Lumumba, Amaka Cabral, Robert Sabukwe, and the list goes on, brothers and sisters, because there's nothing but ancestors on this campus. So on December the 2nd,
Wait a minute. He said there's nothing but ancestors on this campus, and the only ritual he's ever done is blow a cheap game cigar and pour some water on a rock. But he's sitting on a rock that's got bird shit behind his head. Pour some water on that. Pour libations on that rock with a little bleach in it. Pour some soap and water libations on that rock before you lean up against it next time, little brother, because on your head right now is bird feces. And if that's where you are, seating our ancestors, and I've heard you teach people to clean their altar. Keep your altar clean. Take away the dead flowers, take away the old food, remove the dust to make sure it's a clean space so your ancestors can be happy. But you call this an ancestral, a sacred rock. You're saying the ancestors are at FDMG, but you don't clean it. And you're sitting against a rock with bird shit on it. God damn, man. Fuck. So donations are paying for the bullhorn.
I will be here and I will address the audience, brothers and sisters. I will be here, and then once we repel the detractors,
so he's going to, apparently, I'm going to gather what I've gotten so far. He's having an event at FDMG on December 2nd and December 4th. Now, HVAC ain't done yet, and plumbing ain't done yet. That means this is still technically it is a vacant building. But he's gathering people to stand against people. I'm going to have to go back and look at this. Who are protesting the campus. That's what he said, the campus. So they're protesting a piece of land. I'm going to have to find out the details on that. He's gathering them to a condemned building, which should be condemned, an unsafe place to protest people. And he thinks on that day he's going to repel them. Nigga, motherfuckers been making videos about you for years. You have threatened to pull up and pull down. Get in their ass and on their ass. And they have not stopped. Matter of fact, it's grown. And there are people like me who stood against them actively on your behalf, who now stand with them. So I hope you got some donuts and hot coffee for these people. God damn it. You had them painting in the fucking snow, in the goddamn rain. You didn't even provide warm anything for them that day. And made them pay for their own fucking lunch, nigga. And you think you're going to repel what you call detractors? Because I don't call myself a detractor. To be a detractor of something, it has to have some sort of authority, like the government. You ain't at. We are not detractors of you. We are people who oppose you. Simple. Use a dictionary. We're not detractors. We're opposers. We stand against you. We see who you are. And just like anything else that would come to deter the freedom, justice, and equality of our people, you must be eliminated, Umar Johnson. I'm not talking physically because I don't think you have to die. I just think we need to put you somewhere safe. Put you somewhere safe. Let's see. Shit.
If you can come for 2 hours, come for 2 hours. If you can stay here the whole time from 10 to 6, then come and stay here the whole time from 10 to 6, brothers and sisters. But we are not letting anybody come and disrespect our school. We're not going to let anybody come and push rumors and slander and false accusations. Okay? A campaign of jealousy and envy and sabotage. That is not going to happen on Ifa Tunde. That is not going to happen on Dr. Papa.
Excuse me. And excuse me for all the noise you hear coming from me. I'm waking up and getting over some of this weather change. But anyway, I'm going to just touch on what he just said briefly. I heard him say envy. I heard him say jealousy. I heard him say false accusations. So are you lying on the city of Wilmington and them tax records? Are you lying on yourself and you calling middle school girls' vaginas rotten cookies?
What?
Are you lying on your own video where you said the lights were on and the lights wasn't on? For real, for real. You did that to yourself. Womanizing, mistreating children. There was a little boy in your presence and you never once gave him any honor. Gave him the rightful attention. There was a child who you want to teach in your presence and you kept dismissing him and pushing him away and making him unimportant. And all he wanted was your attention for some fucking reason. And you wouldn't acknowledge him. You are not a leader of black boys. They don't love you. They don't trust you. We look at the way they look at you in those videos. They don't like you. They don't like you. Kids don't like you, Umar. We can look at the way they look at you in those videos. Those videos from your college tours. And mind you, those have been happening for generations before Umar. I went on one in 1993. My brother went on one in 1992. These things have been happening for years. He ain't the only one doing it or having done it. But kids don't like you. They don't like the way you talk to them. They don't like the way you approach their mothers. They don't like the way you talk about sex in front of them. They don't like how aggressive you are and how domineering you are and how you don't build relationship with them. You have no relationship building skills whatsoever, and you can't hold down a classroom. I've seen that. You cannot. You can't keep children's attention, and when you lose their attention, you're not humble enough to understand that it's you that lost it. Instead, you try to shame them and demean them and belittle them. And kids will hate you enough to never listen to anything you have to say, even if it's the truth. Anyway, let me see what I can do to get through this quickly.
So if you consider yourself a believer in black people, okay, you ain't even got to like me, but if you like what I'm doing, it ain't about personal, it's about the political. You ain't got to like me, but if you like what I'm doing, come and stand in solidarity with us. December the 2nd, December the 4th, the haters are coming to FDMG. What we gonna do about it?
The haters
December the 2nd,
are coming to FDMG.
the haters are coming to FDMG.
I gotta go back and find out what the fuck he's talking about.
December the 2nd, December the 4th, from 10 o'clock to 5 o'clock, I will be here, and I will be ready for whatever. I will be here.
Ready for whatever. Nigga, please. I seen your feet. I know you ain't ready for whatever.
Be here and we will be ready. Team Ifatunde will be here and we will be ready, brothers and sisters. Wilmington, Delaware, December 2nd, December the 4th. The haters are coming to stand off with us and we will stand back. We will not stand down. This is private property. You are not allowed to trespass. This is private property.
It's private property that's about to be foreclosed and fucking leaned on because you don't pay your bills. And that poorly painted door behind him, OMG. They put red, black, and green and never put a glaze on it or anything. It just looks raggedy.
215-989-9858. You can come stand in solidarity. We will not be moved. Our mission is righteous.
We will not be moved.
Our cause is righteous.
This is a doctorate of clinical psychology, I think is what he said. We will not be moved. I ain't got nothing but a bachelor's, and I know better than that.
December 2nd, December 4th, the haters are planning a protest on the grounds of private property, FDMG Academy. The haters are coming to protest us on private
Boarded up windows.
December 2nd, December 4th. We won't be streaming.
Boarded up windows. You won't be streaming because you don't want to get embarrassed.
These are people who want to destroy this school, destroy this mission.
What's the mission, though? Can you articulate the mission of Frederick Douglass, Marcus Garvey, RBG Leadership Academy? I think that's the name of it. I think that's the name. I used to go to churches that would change their names often, too. Usually it was to avoid some sort of tax liability or reporting. Then you find out them pastors was keeping all the cash offerings. Let me fast forward a little bit. It looked like he's doing some bullshit with a camera. Wait, now he's inside the school. Let's see. Okay, now he's inside the school. You don't see him put a key in the bitch, but the lights are on. I'm looking forward to seeing an extension cord, too. Hold on, I gotta add.
This is Kansas. And this is Country Crock. We start with farm-grown ingredients. So true.
He's still getting school together.
Panels missing from the ceiling. I don't know the technical words for it. I'm a home fixer-upper, not a school fixer-upper. I stay in my lane. But there's panels. Ceiling is missing. This don't look no different than it looked last time we saw it. There's still pictures on the walls that were there when he showed the school last year, 2 years ago. So he's showing us a hallway that hasn't been, nothing's been done to it since he got it. It looks as good as it looked when he got it. And there's cameras installed inside, but I'm wondering why they couldn't figure out who started the fire and all that other shit. Because there's no electricity.
$FDMG school on your Cash App. $FDMG school on your Cash App. Get on your PayPal. PayPal.me/FDMG Academy.
Does he have that FDMG Cash App set up as a business account with Cash App?
FDMG.
Question curious.
That's what we talking about. That's what we talking about.
So he's walking through an empty building
We getting the work done.
that he allegedly lives in. All this shit is alleged, just so you know. Don't sue me, I ain't got shit. I'm broke as two jokes. Don't sue me. So he's showing the bathroom with a sign on the mirror that says don't drink the water, don't use it because it's not safe.
Steady the course.
Steady the course.
Steady the course. We're getting it done.
That's what you say when you're actually doing something, going somewhere. Umar don't even know how to use project management software, much less a fucking iCalendar on an iPhone.
50 students in this classroom, but I want to keep it to 20. We can fit 50 students in this.
Why would you fit 50 students in a classroom? And why would a private school have a classroom of 20 kids? Why would a private school, why would I pay for my child to go to school with 19 other kids in the classroom? I could send my child to public school for that. This is a person who obviously doesn't know. My child is in private school. I'd be damned if she's in school with 20 kids, 19 other kids. For what? Lockers broke up. You could tell somebody broke into the lockers. Is he going to replace those?
You already let your man know, right? All right. I'm about to pull out right now.
Oh, now he pulling out. He should have done that. Shut up,
Thanks for
Elsie.
the work. Keep it coming. I'm counting on y'all. Yes, sir.
There go that electric cord. That long electric cord. I knew I'd see it.
We will succeed. It's coming together.
What's coming together? He's showing stuff that was done when he purchased the building.
Yeah, okay, no problem.
And why did you get a new key? Because you never had one. Allegedly.
Yes, indeed, brothers and sisters. Yes, indeed. If anybody wants a paint job, I need a painter. Anybody
What?
some money painting?
Wait a minute. What happened to Naheem now? Wait a minute. I thought Naheem and his team were going in on November 1st, after you took them old, wonderful, lovely people to lunch and made them pay for their own food and told them they had to eat every bite on their plate. Made them sit outside in the cold and eat lunch. You said Brother Naheem and his team were going in to clean up to paint the top of the building. But you just asked if anybody needed a paint job. And wait a minute. You can't hire a professional painting crew for a professional project? Nigga, what the fuck? You seriously are asking for people to donate money to you to get a shade tree painter, if you need a paint job. You don't have a project manager, do you? I remember in 2018, you told me, Umar, that you had given the blueprints of the school to a general contractor. This particular building, a school in Delaware, you told me, you had 2 schools in Delaware, you had the blueprints, you were given the blueprints. Before you purchased it, you were given the blueprints to a contractor to find out what the estimate of the upfit work would be. And he was taking forever to get back with you, and I was like, put him on blast. And you were like, no, I don't want people thinking I'm lying. I was like, well, talk about it, expose it, say who it is. You wouldn't. But you said then you had the blueprints to me in Shanghai, remember? And you said you had a general contractor, so why do you keep fielding all these estimates and all this work? Are you the GC? And why would you be looking for a painter? What happened to Brother Naheem? Brother Naheem, where you at? Brother Naheem must not have been smart enough to ask for a deposit. I don't know. But this is interesting. Why are you asking for people to do a paint job for you when you've raised enough money to have professional contractors work on that school, including a general contractor who can get the best in the area with the best rates, make sure the job is done in less than 2 years? Oh,
We need
Jesus.
somebody to finish. See, the paint job is not done.
No, it's not.
We need somebody to finish the paint job.
It's not done. And it never really was started because y'all said that was just a primer.
We got a spot there need to be finished.
Man, this is some bullshit.
We got another spot back
This is so embarrassing. This is that low standard of living that we tend to have and we glorify. If niggas got something too nice, y'all say we think we white. But this is what y'all want us to have. And you want us to pay to send our kids here?
You're going to paint the border of the windows white.
This is horrible.
You're going to trim the windows in white. You're going to trim the windows in white and you're going to paint.
Oh, now he's giving all the details of the paint job on the same video where he's asking people to show up against protesters.
Nat Turner yellow.
Nat Turner yellow. I thought Nat Turner was black.
Nat Turner yellow looks beautiful, don't it? Look how good your campus is starting to look. Look at that.
Nat Turner wasn't a coward. Why would you say Nat Turner yellow?
Nat Turner yellow. We have a space right there need to be painted.
Shit you just made up.
Space up there needs to be painted.
A space up here, a space up there, a space up here. That means you need to have your buildings painted.
The doors are going to be painted white.
I mean, but are we going to talk about the ground and how broke up it is and the mold?
You got some spaces up there need to be painted. All right?
This is bad.
And then on the
There is
side,
nothing done to make this building any more functional than it was 2 years ago. Black Star Line stripe that has to be repainted. This is bullshit, and it's childish.
So you got to repaint the Black Star Line.
I mean, this school literally looks like a color by number job.
That you see at the top of the school, repaint the Black Star Line black. Paint all the railings and doors white. Trim the windows in white. You're going to paint the curbside gold. Okay?
The curbside.
A lot of work. 1 day's worth of work. You need to have
He said 1 day.
a lift, or you're going to paint from the roof. You're going to have a lift, or you're going to have to paint from the roof, brothers and sisters.
Is he telling brothers and sisters what they need to complete a paint job? Don't professional painters know what the fuck they need? Come on, man. I'm losing respect for you by the second.
December 2nd, December 4th, they are coming to protest us.
I thought you said they were protesting the campus.
So we are going to counter-protest. Come stand with
Counter-protest by doing what you said you were going to do. Counter-protest by paying the bills.
December 4th. Come stand with Dr. Umar December 2nd, December 4th, 10 a.m. to 5 p.m.
You might want to call Jay Morris's security team.
Dr. Papa Boulevard, E5 Avenue. We will meet the hate. We will meet the hate. Whatever they want to bring, we here. Whatever they want to do, we can do it. But you're not pulling up on our land, our nation, our
Empire.
our kingdom. With no nonsense. December 2nd, December 4th. We're going to have that block party December 2nd, December 4th.
Oh, now the block party's going to be in December, not April of 2019.
Because it's going to be positive. We're going to kill the negativity with positivity. We're going to kill the negativity with positivity.
Well, you're going to have to find some positivity then, Umar, because you haven't put much out into the universe.
Dela FDMG schools, PayPal.me/FDMG Academy, PO Box 9634, Wilmington, Delaware 19809.
Okay, put it on the table, baby.
All Dr. Umar supporters, all FDMG donors, all FDMG supporters come to Dr. Papa Boulevard, Wilmington, Delaware, FDMG Academy. It will show up on your GPS.
It will show up on your GPS under a money laundering service or some shit.
Who could have known that his grading?
Well, that was some bullshit. I am disabling comments for this video because I am a private person and a parent and many other things. So I don't really want to do all the back and forth in the comments. I know there's going to be a lot of negativity to this video. Or maybe I will leave the comments on. Who knows? I got thick skin and big balls. We'll see. Yeah. Leave your comment. Let's see what your take is on this too. Did you get to watch the video?
What?